Hey, so what's up guys? This will be a tournament replay. Now, unfortunately, what has happened is that, to give you the breakdown, I uploaded my battle with Hunter. That was the quarterfinal, and let me just quickly find my... Oh, where is it? Christmas... Goran, there it is. So, what happened is that quarterfinal, I could only show my battle because it was just kind of quick and everything kind of happened. Quarter Dollar and Goran were also in the quarterfinal, but unfortunately they didn't save their replay. Amaterasu and Kotsuchi Sniper, I watched through the replay. Amaterasu even said, just don't bother doing a video on it because it is really bad. And I don't want to agree, but it was really, really slow, so I didn't think it would be worth quite making a video. Because, I mean, even in fast speed, like triple speed, it would literally be about 40 minutes to an hour long, so that's probably me exaggerating a little bit, but you kind of get the idea. So, and I just tried to do, Cody Hill and Amaterasu. I just tried to do their semi-final battle, but unfortunately, the replay glitched out and I can't do it for some reason, so that's rather unfortunate. So it looks like this with the semi-final battle, which is me and Goran, and then it will be in the final Goran and Amaterasu, so those will be the two videos to look out for. So I have gone with the Uesegi. I have been trying to go for the Uesegi over the course of the Christmas Cup because I really, really wanted to use the monks. I wanted to use some vetted up monks, so I thought, you know what, I'll just use them. And I've picked a really strange army. This isn't normally an army I would go for, but I just thought I wanted to try and bring a different army every time, basically. So I've got 3 Bow Ashigaru, I then got 2 Yari Ashigaru, and then I got 3 Warrior Monks who all vetted up to rank 7, and that is a big mistake, and I'll show you why in a minute. Well, this battle will demonstrate it. And then we've got Uesegi Kenshin, who's a pretty swag beast, and then we've also got Light Cav, we've got Great Guard, Katana. So those shall be the units I'll be fielding, and then of course I have also got some Kisho Ninja, because everyone loves a bit of Kisho Ninja unless it's obviously being played against you. Now we'll let him walk out the bush, let him walk out of the trees for the second. So Goran, I think this is probably the second or third time I played Goran, I'm not entirely sure. No, sorry, I think this is the third time because I did play with him. I played against him with Surav on some 2v2s, and he did play modern, so this was the first time that I actually properly played 1v1 against him, and it had to be a classics battle. And can I just say, in my defence, Goran is a beast at this game. He is so good, it's unbelievable. So, I mean, I thought I'd do pretty badly. I mean, he won against Quarter Dollar, which is no small feat. So I was going into this a little bit worried, so that's why I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick some OP monks, because these bitches have got 19 morale, 22 melee attack, it's pretty darn good. So, to kick off, he will be getting some presents with his Yari Cav, and we do still need to go through what he actually has, goodness me. So he has got Matchrock Samurai, Tokitakas, Tangashimas, wow, that's the first time I've been able to pronounce that first time round. We've also got some Naginata Samurai, and then we have also got some Nodachi, some Naginata Sam, Nodachi, Naginata Warrior Monks, then there's some Katana Samurai, some more Nodachi Samurai, and Yari Ashigaru, and then of course he shall have his general, who shall be there. He's then also fielding some Light Cav, Yari Cav, Great Guard Cav, Light Cav and Great Guard Cavalry. So let's get kicking back into the game. So my tactics were a little bit strange. I was going to plan to rush to the top of this hill. He beat me though, which is rather unfortunate, and this is not good. I mean, I would not, thinking back in it now in hindsight, I would have taken my units up on the hill because I've clearly got the ranged advantage. It's really what I should have done. His cavalry does outnumber me because he's got spear cavalry, whereas I've got 2 spear cavalry and katana cavalry if you're not counting in the light cav. So the fact that he's got more troops than me would probably be a good idea if I went to the top of this hill. I could put my archers on this ridge here, and I could noob box myself with some spear units, and then I could hold down one of my flanks with cavalry. That probably would have been a more viable option, and looking back now, I probably would have done that, because at the moment my flanks were exposed. Well, yes, I've got a lot of spear units. You know, I'm not going to really be doing too much. You know what, Uesegi have got to be my second favourite clan after Takeda. They look really cool. They really do. So I'm going to send these ninjas up. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. I was planning on doing the whole ninja bomb technique, but obviously I then realised when I got in game I don't quite have enough ninjas. So I'm going to keep on moving my Yari Ashigaru and my archers back and forth, because he steps up his Yari Cav, so I step forward my Yari Ashigaru. He takes him back, so then I step up my Bow Ashigaru. So going a bit back and forth here at the moment, and the ninja bombing trick, if you don't know it, is that you have, I don't know, two or more ninja units, depending on how big the battle is and how big the unit sizes are. You send forward, I don't know, some Yari Ashigaru in loose formation, for example, or Naginata attendants. You charge them all forward, you pin the enemy down with all those units, and then your ninjas following closely behind. They ninja bomb, should I say, the crap out of the enemy, and then you charge all guns blazing while the enemy is in disarray and their morale is shocked with the bombs. And if you haven't seen it, go watch me and Samurai 97, battle number 3 I think it is, and there's still another one I have to do as well, because we did play 2 further battles, and the more recent battle is the most hilarious one ever. It is very, very funny. So he's going to begin to advance across the river, it looks like. Some Naginata Samurai. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. He's going to be ripping straight into all of my units. This is not good at the moment. My formation is completely messed up, so I decide to make a tactical retreat, because at the moment he is scaring me. He's got a lot of cavalry. He's got presence on the field. My army is very small, and you know, I love my formation, what can I say? I mean, I'll always put up some spears up front, then followed by either bow units or sword infantry. Then I'll have my cavalry on the flank, so everything is in a nice little tight formation, whereas everyone else seems to put theirs in a nice long formation covering as much ground as possible. I, unfortunately, am not like that, which I definitely need to try and do more, but I'm too scared about isolating units. So I'll take these two, I think, light cav, great guard. So on this flank, the units are pretty even. Yeah, they are even. And oh no, sorry, they're not even, because I got 2 great guard up here and 2 katana up here. So it'd probably be a good idea to somehow get at his sword infantry before they could engage with my monks. That would be very, very helpful. The problem with bringing monks at this highly vetted up is that it does compensate the quantity, but only to a limit. So what I mean by that is that, yeah, these guys are highly ranked, they'll beat almost anything, but I mean, if they get swarmed with a lot of numbers, they will lose. So at the moment it looks like I think I do win this engagement. I did send up light cav to get destroyed by his great guard cavalry, and then I charged in my great guard cavalry while his great guard didn't have a charge, and Goran's going to pull up his matchlocks and begin to fire into my line, which isn't good. And he also, I think, manages to, yeah, he almost takes out this Bow Ashigaru, although with 39 men, Bow Ashigaru aren't going to do a lot of damage. So that was a good move by Goran. He's exploiting the fact that my attention is elsewhere. All these horses are going to run away into the distance. Some not quite lucky enough to have their owner killed, but I do come out of that with both my great guard. He's lost 1 great guard and a light cav. I've also lost a light cav, but to be honest, I'd rather lose that, and this guy's just going to be running off. So this now gives me free reign on this flank. But of course he has also got some units. Ooh, that was a bad... This is a poorly timed charge, and his Naginata are going to go straight in and take all my guys out. Yeah, that was a bad charge by me. And he's got his cavalry around the flank, so at the moment I don't want to move up, because if I move up he will rip me to shreds from behind with all that cavalry. Luckily I have got all this cavalry on the flank. I'm trying to take these katana units back forward. These guys are the same, but I think I do forget about them. and this is what I tried to do. I tried to get around the back, hit his general, or hit some of his katana units, but then I get chased down by his great guard, and I turn them back round to slow these guys down, and then I charge these guys back as well, because I mean, as soon as I stop, his guys are going to charge into the back of me, and I'll be standing still, which isn't going to be good. He'll get the charge, and this is what's going to happen. So I need to get my cavalry round the back, so I notice that his general has gone into stand and fight. If I could take him out somehow with these katana units, that would be greatly appreciated, because then the battle is going to be tipped into my favour. But at the same time, I'm also under some pressure, because his matchlocks are going to start to rip me to shreds, and I just kind of lose hope, and I throw in my ninjas to try and get some kills. And I hate this. Always pop your guys into melee mode, because these guys I think are just going to stop, and they're going to try and throw bombs or something. I can't even remember. Yep, there you go. Fantastic. Look at the damage on that. Actually, that did pretty well. Anyway, so at the back, I think I did defeat his cavalry, and don't know why I pulled those guys in. So my great guard is still alive and kicking, and I do manage to get a nice charge off with my katana units, scatter all his horses, and then his general begins to take a bit of a beating. So he's lost 15 men already. Well, 14, 15. Oh, he's losing a lot of men fast, and I do forget about this great guard unit. I mean, if I charged them in now, they would get a lot of kills. But up front, he does manage to engage me, and to be honest, I think the battle is really beginning to look pretty obvious. I charge in all of my monks, but they will just get chopped up by the Nodachi, I think. And, oh, I just missed out, so he's still got 10 men left in his general unit. That really would have helped, but I'm not entirely sure whether these guys are actually in the range of the general. Now, when it comes down to banzaiing, you know, there are several things you can do when banzaiing, because banzai makes your unit's morale unbreakable. So there you go, he's pretty much just won against me. He's just walked in with all his Nodachi and taken me out. I think I really had to keep my cavalry alive for as long as possible. So yeah, I mean, he just completely annihilated me. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I mean, banzai there are several ways you can use it. It's a great ability. Serv was telling me that he's trying to get it on his katana samurai with some clan tokens. But banzai can be used in different sort of situations, because if you're looking to get a good charge off, by all means banzai the hell out of it. Just banzai and run straight in, because it increases your morale, it increases your charge, and you know, you'll deal a lot of damage if you get a nice clean charge off. But there's another way to use it as well, which if you're not planning on quite doing the charge, so I know if you haven't ranked up the charge in your Nodachi units, what you can do is just charge them in, get a fairly weak charge off, but strong enough, so that your Nodachi begin to do well. And Nodachi have got a naturally high melee attack anyway, so if they're chomping away at the enemy, but they're also sustaining some heavy casualties and their morale's beginning to drop a little bit, shove on that banzai, baby, because then unbreakable morale lifts in for a short period of time, and that short period of time does allow you to get extra kills, so extra kills for your money's worth. Because if you just launch banzai straight away going into a combat, what will happen is that they'll get into combat and their morale won't be unbreakable for as long. So I mean, if you can chop away at it when you're really into the grind out kind of stage of the battle, if it's that heavy in melee troops, then that short period of time when an unbreakable morale is really going to help you out. So I mean, there's two ideas when using banzai, but anyway, so it was a good battle. It was a bit of a strange army, and also you have to bear in mind that these guys, whilst they were actually rank 6, they didn't really do too much. If I had to go back, I would definitely change these guys up. Perhaps bring 3 or 4 warrior monks, and then bring 2 Nodachi units. That's probably what I would have done looking back. Katana cavalry, I would have taken some Yari cav instead. Kisho ninja unit, I would have swapped for maybe a katana samurai or a matchlock unit. And the Yari Shigaru was fine, but Shigaru I probably would have changed to a samurai unit. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I would have changed, but Goran did fantastically well with what he was given. He managed to encircle me, my focus was in different points at once. Now everyone's got their speciality on Shogun 2, Personally, I find that mine is more cavalry based, so I'm good at microing cav to different areas of the map. I'm more of a cav battles kind of player, and he did very well to counter all the little cav things I was doing. So, you know, taking one Great Guard round the back to hit his Great Guard and light cav, you know, that all that kind of stuff. So I won that flank, and then he managed to counter by bringing his cavalry back and spearing up. So it's a good idea. He managed to shut that down, because I mean, if his general went down when I charged it with katana cavalry, the game probably would have gone a little bit more into my favour. But also, there's another big thing: is don't fight in forests. God, I'm awful at fighting in forests. If you ever play me 1v1, get in a forest and I won't be able to do anything to you, because the forest always impairs my vision, so I don't exactly know what's going on the ground. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and we shall be having the final next upload, so keep tuned for that one. Bye for now.